All right, folks, I want to thank you for joining us this evening. It's 9 p.m. Eastern, so we're going to get started right on time. Someone asked you to come to this webinar tonight to learn more about the David Allen Capital Independent Agent Overview, where you can help business owners gain access to capital and earn for doing it. So I'm looking forward to covering this webinar with you and sharing the highlights of our opportunity. It's very flexible. This is an opportunity you can work when you want and from where you want. And there's a big financial upside for helping business owners. That's all we do is help business owners gain access to capital. And not only that, there's no license required, there's no experience required of you. You can earn about 2 to 4% of the loan amount. These are just about some highlights. And we provide you all the training and support. Now, we provide loans from anywhere from $10,000 to $500,000. So 2 to 4% is pretty special. Not only do we help get capital for business owners to fuel their business, but we also save them money on their merchant processing. That is not required to get a loan with us, but it is another benefit we do provide business owners. And we're going to go into more details here in this quick webinar. We are a Michigan corporation, started in 2015. I started the company. My name is David Rutz, and I started this for 2 reasons. Number one, I wanted to help business owners fuel their business. As a business owner myself, I know what it's like to grow a company and have that company stifled by not being able to get access to capital at a bank. While growing, not able to get money to support that growth. And when I learned of alternative lending sources, I knew that business owners were not aware of them. And I wanted to help bring this message to the marketplace, and that's why I started this company. But the second reason was I wanted to provide an opportunity on a national scale for agents like yourself to make part-time or to work part-time but make a full-time type income, much like the real estate business or the mortgage business. Most people in real estate are part-time, and they sell a few homes a year, but that pays them a nice supplemental income. Some take it full-time. We wanted to provide an opportunity very similar where you would not need to be licensed but could earn significant income just like in the real estate industry. Now, last year we were acquired by a 20-year-old publicly traded company called Youngevity. On NASDAQ, their symbol is YGYI. We'll talk a little bit more about them later, but what that means for you is we've got a 20-year-old company as our parent company, strong publicly traded company, very profitable, doing a lot of revenue, and that gives a solid foundation to our opportunity. So we're young and nimble as far as offering a tremendous opportunity, yet we've got the foundation and the structure, if you will, of a 20-year-old company, financially strong company. Okay, so here's a big picture. A small business out there needs a loan, okay? You simply introduce them to us. We find the best loan for them and present that loan offer to them. The business benefits, you earn a commission. I mean, that's the simplest form. Well, the old way was a business needed a short-term loan. They go to their big bank, generally where they're banking. They're depositing all their revenue in that bank generally, and they ask that bank for a loan, and the bank says, sorry. In fact, as of 2008, most banks don't do small business loans under $500,000, and that's what most business owners need. Your local pizzeria doesn't need $3 million. They need $50,000 to buy a new oven and put an ad campaign together, maybe buy some billboards, maybe put some new signs up, maybe expand and open another location. They don't need $3 million. The big bank is not interested in giving $50,000 or $70,000. It costs them too much money in regulation and man hours just to approve the loan. They don't make enough. So the bank says no. We call them slow and no banks because they just don't say yes. And that's the reality when you talk to business owners, you will see this. So what happens, the new way is that business needs a loan. You introduce them to David Allen Capital. Again, we have alternative lenders who all they want to do is lend to business owners. We can get them anywhere from $10,000 to $500,000 in under a week. This isn't a long, drawn-out process, and you get paid. And because we have so many lending relationships, and we're an independent sales organization, that's what ISO means, an independent sales organization for all of the top alternative lenders and advance companies, we can get them the best competitive prices. More providers equals best prices for the client. It also means quick approvals, and there's no license, again, required of you to be an agent. Now, why are our lenders better? Well, number one, we have providers who want to say yes. They're not in the business of ATM fees or savings accounts or checking accounts with fees and overdraft fees. What they're in the business of is loaning money, and that's it. They want to lend money to business owners. They focus on small business. They value a business's cash flow over the credit score, which means a business owner can have bad credit. A personal credit score even as low as 500 can still get approved for a business loan with us because they have cash flow. Their business is doing revenue every month and depositing that into their bank account so that our lenders can see what type of revenue they're doing. Very simple and fast loans. A one-page application is all we ask. And again, we give from $10,000 to $500,000 in under a week. These are short-term loans. They're generally 3 to 24 months, with our average term about 9 to 12 months is the average short-term working capital loan, which is what business owners want. Now, here's the key. No collateral required. They don't have to put their house on the line. They don't have to get an appraisal. They don't have to have their business appraised. They don't need their balance sheets looked at. All we look at is their checking statements to show their deposits and their cash flow, their driver's license, a voided check, and last year's business taxes. And that's it. Every business owner has that. Once we have those documents in our possession, we can get them an answer in 1 day in 3 days, but as fast as 1 day. Simple qualifications to the business owner, and we want you to know this because we want you to see how big this marketplace is. As long as they've been in business 4 months, they can qualify. As long as they're in one of the United States, they can qualify. As long as they have a personal credit score above 500, they still can qualify. They must be doing at least $100,000 per year in revenue. In fact, I'd more likely say at least $10,000 per month in revenue. That's not profit, that's revenue. That means sales. And we have over 700 industries we do business with. So as long as they're doing $100,000 a year or $10,000 a month or more, they have a personal credit score of 500, they're in the United States, and they're 4 months of business, we can pretty much get them an approval. That is most every business owner in every retail storefront you know. Every car mechanic, every hair salon, every chiropractic office, every pizzeria, every bar, every restaurant, every liquor store, all of those qualify, and we help them out every single day. Now, here's a simple process. You send them to your website. They fill out a quick online form. That form is sent to our D.A.C. team, which is at the 1 o'clock section there. Our D.A.C. team looks at that, and if they're pre-qualified, we contact your client. You don't have to at this point. We forward them a one-page application to complete. We request the minimal documentation from them. We present them with the terms. We give them the documents to sign, all electronically, by the way. These are all done online. And then the funds are wired to the client. So it's a simple funding process. The only thing you had to do here is steer a client to that online website that we give you, and they fill out the pre-qualification form. You get credit for it because they're at your website, and that information is sent to us, and we take it from there. Very simple opportunity. You just refer people. So now, what does the client see, and how much are the rates, I should say? Well, we don't talk rates. We talk total cost of capital. Why? Because business owners understand that and don't understand rates. You may think they do. You may, but most people don't. And we've tested. We've presented rates, and we've presented total cost of capital. And always the business owner understands total cost of capital and always is confused by rates. They start asking a bunch of rate questions like, is this a compounded rate? What's the adjustable percentage rate? They start asking all kinds of questions. Rates is not a fixed term. Rates has several different definitions. So we just give them one simple thing. What is it going to cost? Total cost. You're going to borrow $100,000, you're going to repay $126,000. Really simple. They understand that. They understand the total cost of capital. Now they just say, is the benefit greater than the capital? So generally it's 1.2 to 1.3 times the amount they borrow. So they borrow $10,000, they'll pay back 12 to 13. Borrow 100 in this example, they'll pay back 126. Now, if it's a higher risk business, maybe the personal credit's weaker, or maybe they've got low bank balances, even though they're doing great sales, the industry may be a higher risk industry, they may pay 1.3 to 1.4. And if they're the highest risk, they may pay 1.4 to 1.5. It's interesting, even at the highest risk, 1.5, let's look at that for a moment. The highest rate is 1.5. Let's say you are a restaurant owner and you were doing good sales, you're doing $100,000 a month in sales, let's say, and you want $100,000 to expand into the unit next to you, you want to expand your restaurant by opening a bar or opening a outside patio, let's say, and you know that patio is going to bring you $50 or $60 or $70 or $80,000 more a month in sales. You're going to double your revenue. And let's say you're the highest risk and you borrow $100,000, but you have to pay $150,000 back. You know how many times we hear from business owners, I don't care if it costs me $50,000 to borrow $100, because I'm going to turn that into $50,000 extra a month. And so I don't mind having to pay $50,000 one time to have $50,000 a month for life in new revenue. So do the total benefits of this capital outweigh the total cost? Then they proceed. Again, these are no collateral loans, high-risk loans to the lenders, because all they've looked at is the checking account statements and last year's taxes, and they're funding these loans online. So it's very high risk. Our lenders take a lot of risk. So there is a higher price to these. However, it's a low price when you compare it to big bank loans who say no, or take 4 months to approve you, or make you hold the loan for 8 or 9 years, so that you end up paying a lot more in interest than what we charge. Okay, simple pricing. Now, as far as application, there's no application fee. We can give an answer to the client on what they're approved for without them investing a dime. We don't charge them up front to give them any information. We just give them their terms. We offer them what we can give them, the total cost, the loan amount, the repayment amount, etc. We offer that. If they decide to go forward, they may have an origination fee charged by the lender. We have nothing to do with this, and we don't earn any of this. We don't mark up loans so that we can make more or anything like that. None of that happens. The lender determines the origination fee. It's usually nothing, all the way up to 2.5% of the loan amount, and it's always deducted from the money given to the client. So the client never has to write a check to get money. They don't have to give us $500 so they can get their $100,000. Let's say it's 2.5%, and we give them a $100,000 loan, and they've got a 2.5% origination fee charged by the lender. What the lender will do is they will just wire $97,500. So they'll take that $2,500 off the $100,000 loan and send them the $97,500. Yet they'll have to repay as if they got $100,000. So they paid that 2.5%, but they never really had to have the money or write a check in advance. And that's when there's an origination fee. So full disclosure, I'm just showing you everything that's involved so you know what you're going to be dealing with. Now, it could be higher, as high as 5%. I've seen it on super high-risk clients. Super high risk, they may charge a little bit more. And again, it's always deducted from the loan amount. Now, here's what really helps our clients and what our clients love. We call it pain-free monthly repayment. What we mean by that is, rather than taking a big monthly payment, let's say they owe $8,000 a month, we would deduct that, the lender deducts that through micropayments. And what they do is every day that the bank is open throughout the month, there's 20 banking days generally, so Monday through Friday, not Saturday and Sunday, just Monday through Friday, and no holidays, that's $6,000. If that's their payment, what they would do is they would take out $300 per day. So at the end of the month, they've paid back $6,000, but they don't have to have that $6,000 in the bank at that time. That lowers the default rate significantly, and it improves how much the lender will approve the client for. See, what happens is their cash flow is what was used to get them approved. It's also what is used to pay it back. So if they've been approved for $6,000 generally, if they've been approved for, let's say in this example, $70,000, they're going to pay back $70,000 over a year, then they're generally doing about $70,000 per month in business. Generally what they're doing a month is what they can get approved for. If they're doing $50,000 a month in sales, they can generally get $50,000. If they're doing $200,000 a month in sales, they can generally get $200,000 loan. So they've got a lot of cash flow. So it's not any trouble. There's not any trouble for the client to pay back the loans. They love this. Okay? So the borrowers stay current easily. The lenders approve more and give more money. So we give easy to understand offers to our clients. We'll say something like, hey, you've been approved for $25,000, and it's in writing just like this. You've got a factor of 1.26 times what you borrow, so you're going to repay $31,000. Your daily payment will be right there, and your term is 9 months. Okay, so it's really simple. And then because the businesses love this, they renew, and you get paid. What do we mean by that? Once the loan is 50% paid off, they become eligible to renew the loan. And because it's been easy to pay off, and they were able to do things with that money. If they have other ideas they want to pursue, like a new marketing campaign or a new ad click advertising on Google or billboards or new ovens, new kitchens, whatever it is to fuel their growth, or they're just in a tight financial pinch and they need more money, working capital. Once they've paid off 50% of the loan, they become eligible to get another loan. So let's say their starting balance that they owe is $100,000. Maybe they got an $85,000 loan and they have to repay $100,000. Once their balance is down to $50,000, so it's half paid off, they're eligible for renewal. So they could go back and get another $100,000. Now, they're not automatically approved, but I think I've only seen one out of the hundreds we've done that didn't get approved. So, and it's because their business really tanked during their repayment, and they had a lot of other issues, so they just couldn't get approved. But generally, if you're paying on time, you're going to get approved. So they would get a new $100,000. Of course, that would pay off the first loan, so they would net $50,000 cash, and you get paid on that new $50,000. So you would get paid on the original 100 plus the new 50. Isn't that nice? And they can renew over and over and over again. Some clients renew 2 or 3 times per year. They get short 6-month loans, and when it's 3 months paid off, they get it again. And then they get it again 3 months later, and they get it again 3 months later, etc. So they have comfort knowing more money is available to them, and of course you get paid. Now, why do our loans make sense to business owners? Well, we serve bankable and unbankable clients. I want you to think about this from a business owner's perspective. You own that local liquor store, or you own that restaurant, and you need more working capital, or you're in a tight pinch, and you go to your bank. Maybe you can get approved, but maybe it's going to take 4 months. You have a time-sensitive opportunity you want to take advantage of now. Well, your bank, your big bank, is not going to help you. Even if they're going to approve you, it's going to be a few months from now, and you're going to have to get it, pay a lot of fees up front for appraisals and everything else. So we have some that are unbankable. They just can't get approved at their bank, or they don't want to wait for their bank to approve them. So time-sensitive. They got to get through a current pinch. The cost of the capital that we provide is far better than the benefit of the far lower than the benefit of the capital. So there's quick money creates quick fuel for quick opportunities. Business owners understand that. Opportunities come across a business owner's plate all the time. A new product to expand, an inventory discount, a marketing campaign they want to take advantage of. A landscape company has new jobs but doesn't have enough crews and doesn't have enough equipment to take that new apartment or condo complex. They got to buy more mowers. They got to hire more people, but they're not going to get paid from that new apartment complex for 90 days. Well, how do they fund all those crews and all that new equipment to cut all those lawns in that new complex? Well, they need cash flow, and that's where we can help them. So the benefit is far better than the cost. They proceed. So if you own a business, do you see how we could help you? We help business owners every single day. Okay, many of them are bankable. They can get approved at their banks, but not in the time frame we want or they want. And most of our clients are unbankable. They can't get approved because most people can't get approved at their local bank. All right. Now, how do you get clients? We'll go through this, how you get paid, and then we'll finish for the night. Helping and attracting clients is simple. We are asking you to be a referral or a bird dog with us, an affiliate, basically. You simply refer people to your website that we give you for free, and they fill out information, and you get credit for it. You inform business owners you know. You let them know what you're doing, and if ever they need capital, they don't know these loans exist. I'm telling you, most business owners do not know alternative lenders exist like us. That's why we're looking for more agents, because all of our agents have a lot of success referring this to business owners they know. So you start there. Then we say Canvas as a customer. That means wherever you spend money, you're going into your dry cleaner, just leave them a card. Let them know you're a small business loan agent. If they ever want to grow, expand, or if they're ever in a tight pinch, you can help them out. Simple money, approved in 1 day, funded as fast as 3. You let them know that's canvassing as a customer. You're eating dinner, ask to talk to the owner. Just introduce yourself, give them the card. And the third way, of course, is simply cold canvassing and networking. And in that case, we got people who make phone calls to business owners. We got people who knock doors on business owners. If they go get a Starbucks, they talk to every business owner in that complex before they leave. If they go out to dinner, they talk to every business owner in that complex before they leave. That's cold canvassing and networking. So it's simply referring business owners you know, and you get paid. So here's an example of what we say. I kind of covered it already, but let's see you go in. I just want to introduce myself, Joe. I'm a small business loan agent with David Allen Capital. We represent lenders who actually like to lend to business owners like yourself. So I just want to leave you this card in case you ever have an opportunity you want to pursue, or if you're ever in a tight pinch, we want to help you. We can help you quickly get access to money. Simple and fast process. Literally, approved in 1 day and funded in under a week. So let me give you this card, and if you ever find a need, let us know. And then we leave a drop card. It's like a postcard. It's got like a billboard on the front, and the back side is all the details, including your information and your website. Really simple. You just leave that card behind. So you spread the news. You go social, you post on Facebook, you LinkedIn, you let people know what you're doing. But this is an example of what we say when you're canvassing as a customer, and this is very, very effective. Okay? So let's talk about how you get paid. All right? Now, when I go into this overview, I want to start by reading the statement at the bottom. All statements you're about to see are mathematical demonstration only. No income, zero income is earned unless customers are funded loans. You don't get paid a dime for working. You only get paid when a client funds or gets funded with a loan. Now, you get paid a lot when they do that, but there's no income unless you do that. It's a performance-based business, just like selling real estate, mortgages, or anything. You only get paid when activity happens, results. Funded loans happen. So any income scenarios you're about to see or examples shown in this training are not typical and should never be expected. They're possible, but only probable if you produce. So a couple things in our compensation plan overview. Number one, it's results-based, as I've made very clear. Number two, funded clients are the only thing that creates income. No guarantee of income. You can earn zero, and yet there's no income ceiling either. Our compensation plan, however, is designed to allow you, remember when I started this company, I wanted you to be able to work part-time, yet earn a full-time income just by talking to business owners and getting clients. However, our culture is one of attracting new clients by offering quick and simple business capital, of course. So most of the commissions are paid out in personal commissions. Okay, there's three types of pay, however. First type is direct pay to you, to the agent. You're the agent who secured the funded client. You get paid a big commission for that. However, like the real estate business, there's a broker in that local real estate office who recruited all those agents. That broker gets paid on every house sold by all those agents. They put up all kinds of money to be that broker. They put up all kinds of money to open that office. They have all kinds of risk and overhead and all that to manage all those agents and provide an office for all those agents, but they yet get paid on every house sold. That's why they do it. They get paid on every house sold by the agents in their office. Well, we wanted to use the same model, but we didn't want you to have to pay big money to open an office. So we allow you from your home to recruit other agents from their home. We call it D.A.C. Enroller bonuses. You can personally enroll other agents who are loan agents themselves, taking advantage of the same opportunity as you, and on their production, you don't get paid a dime for introducing them. In fact, you invest time. But if they produce loan clients, you get paid on every client they produce. Okay? So that can become significant. You can actually have a team and earn out other people's results. You help them produce, you get paid. And then we have a Youngevity, our parent company, even gives certain perks and overrides that we'll talk about in a minute. So let's just look at how these pay real quick. The personal commissions you can earn, that's what we call DAC direct pay. Again, it's results-based. We already said you're going to earn about 2 to 4% of the loan amount. An example, $50,000 loan, you're going to make on average $1,000 to $2,000. Again, all you did was refer them to us. We took over from there. Your monthly loan production helps you increase. So that's something you want to remember. The production you have each month helps you move up that 2 to 4% level. All right, so here's a quick overview. For each loan that you help a client get, we assign what we call a bonus volume. Now, bonus volume is generally about 1% of the loan amount. So now you get paid more than the bonus volume, but just follow me here. On a $100,000 loan, on average, you'd have a $1,000 bonus volume that we would give to that. Now you're going to earn more than that. You're going to earn a multiple of that. The amount you're going to earn is anywhere from 2.5 to 4 times that bonus volume amount. So you're going to earn $2,500 to $4,000, and that's why we say the average commission is 2 to 4% of the loan. Okay. Bonus volume is sometimes higher than 1,000, sometimes a little lower, but generally it's about 1% of the loan amount. And again, you get 2.5 to 4 times that. So let me show you how you make that ramp, 2.5 to 4. And what happens is, look at that. Minimum on all loans is 2.5. If you look at that chart, the bottom column, bottom row. But if you closed 2 loans last month, then you make 3 times on all your clients this month. If last month you closed 4 loans, then you're going to make 3.5 this month. And if last month you did 5 loans, then you're going to make 4 times on bonus volume on all your loans this month. So the more production you do one month, the more you earn the next. All right? So you have an incentive to produce activity every month. Now, the minimum is pretty darn good. 2.5 times, which is on average 2.5% of the loan amount. That is pretty darn good, but we'd rather you make 4. So now, when you first get started, we pay you a minimum of 3 times, okay? You automatically get 3 times during your first full month. So we start you at the second level. Now, what does it mean first full month? Let's say you started September 15th. You're going to make 3 times on all the loans you produce September. Well, that's not a full month, is it? October would be your first full month. So a minimum again, in October, you're going to earn 3 times. And then November, because you've already done your first full month, now we're going to start looking backwards at your activity. What did you do in October? If you funded 2 loans in October, then you'll still be at 3 times. If you did 5 loans in October, you'll be making 4 times in November. Okay? And again, we'll cover this more in training, but just so you have an idea, your production helps you climb this ladder. All right? So let me give you a real quick example. Let's say you helped a client get a $100,000 loan. The bonus volume would be $1,000. Again, you're going to get 2.5 to 4 times that. All right? So that'd be $2,500 to $4,000. Well, that's the standard example. That's our average bonus volume. But we do have clients who you would get higher bonus volume on. Some of our preferred lenders or preferred terms. So let's say the $100,000 loan had 1.25% bonus volume. So $1,250 in bonus volume. You're still getting the 2.5 to 4 times. So look at this. The same loan, you're going to make $3,100 to over $5,000. So you can see the benefit there of referring clients. Look at that significant income. Again, you earn that for referring them. We do the work from there forward, right? That's pretty darn lucrative. Now, let's go further. Let's look at your enroller bonuses we told you about. Remember that broker in your local town built that office and recruited all those agents? You don't have to build the office, but you can recruit a team of agents into David Allen Capital, and you earn on every agent you personally refer. You're not limited by territory. It can be anywhere in the United States. You can have as many agents as you like, and they can even build their own team. So let me show you this real quick. Let's say this is you, and you introduce me. We call that you're personally enrolled or level 1. You have, let's say they go out. This is me, and I go out and help a client get an $80,000 loan. Okay? Well, I'm pretty excited. There's $800 bonus volume, and I'm going to earn 3 times that because it's my first month. So I'm going to make $2,400, and I just started last week. I'm pretty excited. Well, you, because you introduced me, you're going to make 50 to 125% of the bonus volume. And again, you don't have to fully understand this. Just grasp the ideas, all right? So on that $800 in bonus volume, you're going to make a minimum of 50%, but you could get as high as 125. But as a minimum, you're going to make $400 on that, on the client that I help bring. How many of me can you have? How many clients am I going to help this year? If you got a $400 bill for each one of them, that can be pretty lucrative. Now, again, you make 50 to 125%. Well, how do you earn the 125%? Well, as you start, your personal customers, the personal customers you get, your personal loan clients help you climb this ladder. When you first get started, you make no matter what 50% on all your personal agents, the bonus volume that they produce. Once you've funded 1 loan, you still make 50%, but now your team can start growing. You can actually get paid on 2 levels of a team. In fact, we'll pay up to 4 levels, and we'll show you how to get paid on 4. You may have more agents on your second level because your first level agents are building their own team. All right? Once you have 3 funded customers, look at that. You get 75% of the bonus volume on anyone you introduce. Once you have 6, you now get 100% of the bonus volume, or 1 times the bonus volume of anyone you personally introduce their loan clients. And now you get 3 levels. And when you have 15 funded loans, you now get 1.25 times the bonus volume of the loan amount that your personal enrolled agents helped fund, and you can get 4 levels. And that's where it stops, okay? Pretty darn lucrative. So you remain qualified simply, once you've got these levels, you remain qualified just by producing at least 1 loan every 6 months. If you don't do that, you go back to 0. But renewals count. So if you've got 15 clients, one of them is probably going to be renewing every 6 months, all right? But you got to make sure. So you may have to get a new client. You must produce at least 1 client every 6 months to maintain your active status, okay? But no matter what, you get paid on anyone you personally enrolled, whether you're producing loan clients yourself or not, okay? So let me give you a quick example and some numbers, and we'll roll through this pretty quick. Let's say, again, you introduce me and several of me. There's 4 of us. Let's say one of us goes out and gets an $80,000 loan client. Again, $800 bonus volume. You're going to earn, because they're on your first level, anywhere between 50 and 1.25% times that bonus volume. So you're going to earn anywhere between $400 and $1,000 on that loan client. If you're on the far right, you're going to earn $1,000. right? If you're on the far left, you're only going to earn 400. Either way, isn't it nice to earn on agents you introduce? Wouldn't you have an incentive to help them produce more? Wouldn't you have an incentive to help train them? Wouldn't you have an incentive to maybe talk to their clients with them? Wouldn't you have an incentive to help them get through some fears? You can earn significantly. That's why the broker at that local real estate office helps those agents. Now, those 4 people have the same ability you do. They can build an agent team, which would be your second level, right? On your second level, let's say those 4 each introduce 4. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but just for sake of example, and let's say someone on that second level went out and got an $80,000 loan client. Again, there's $800 bonus volume. You're going to earn 50% always on your second level as long as you're qualified. Okay, so you're going to earn $400 on every loan that's $80,000 on that second level. Now, the second level may have a $20,000 loan. It may have a $400,000 loan. On a $400,000 loan, the bonus volume would be $4,000. You'd make 50% of that, or $2,000. So it can be a lot more than this. Again, we do loans from $10,000 to $500,000, with our average being $80,000. The second level agents have the same ability. They can build a team of themselves. They'll be your third level. For every $80,000 loan on your third level, you're going to make $400, as long as you've done 6 loans yourself, right? Look at that top chart. You don't make 50% unless you've helped 6 personal clients yourself, all right? And then your fourth level, same thing. We stop it there, but you get 25% or $200 for every $80,000 loan there. But look how many agents you could have if everyone just introduced 4. I'm not saying you're going to do that, of course. But it just shows some examples of how your team, just by having a team of 5 or 10 yourself, may turn into hundreds of agents that you get paid on. That's pretty darn exciting. Again, no promises, just potential. All right? But you have that type of opportunity where you're at now to be the real estate broker and the agent. Now, obviously, we're not selling real estate, but small business loan agent and the person who gets paid on the team for encouraging that team and recruiting that team. Pretty exciting. And again, they're all working from their home, and we give them all the websites. They join with us, but you get credit, and we'll explain how in a minute. Now, I mentioned Youngevity overrides and perks. Just real quickly, Youngevity will give small percentages on up to 8 levels of your team rather than just 4. They're a direct sales company with an 8-level compensation plan. That's why. But they also have car allowances, $300 to $1,000 a month you can qualify for, and revenue sharing you can qualify for. That's the entire company's revenue sharing. They're doing about $170 million a year right now, and they take a percentage of that and put it into a pool for their top leaders, and you can qualify for that just by focusing on David Allen Capital. Even you could qualify for revenue sharing in the company. So the main income is, of course, is the D.A.C. bonus that we share, but isn't it nice to know Youngevity's throwing in some extra money for you here as our parent company? We can go through that at a later time, but this is what's neat about our results-based pay plan. It's incentivized. You and your team have an incentive to acquire personal clients each month, right? The more clients you acquire, the more you earn. Same with your team. So your team has an incentive to acquire more. You and your team also have an incentive to help at least 15 clients get funds, because then you get paid through 4 levels and you earn that 125% of bonus volume rather than 50. Right? So everybody wants to get to 15 loans as quick as possible. You and your team. Isn't that nice? It's a results-based compensation. Remember, renewals count to these numbers. So if you had 8 clients and all of them renewed, you'd be at 16 clients now. It doesn't have to be a new client. It just has to be a new funded loan. So isn't that cool? Renewals count toward this. And again, if no clients are funded, no income's earned. Really, I want you to remember that. There's some exciting money that can be earned here. We've had people get started with us, and in their first month, help someone get a $500,000 loan, and they've made $15,000 their first month. But we've also had most people not make anything the first month because this is a part-time, and we can't promise we can't require someone to go to work, right? So potential, yes. Promise, no. Now, good thing is we have a simple system to follow. Again, you're just referring clients, so we train you what you need. Our training is only an hour long, but we have continuous training. It's easy to learn and get up to speed. We have a tool culture that you can use from our business cards, our postcards, and our website. We have videos you can watch. All of our training is done through our resource center through videos. We do have a live weekly agent call on Wednesdays at 2 p.m., and we record it in case you can't be there. That is kind of like a huddle-up locker room to come in and learn about incentives and learn things that are working and hear ideas, new incentives, etc. And then there's team leadership to help you. In fact, we've got an incentive right now that says if you help a new agent get started in the month of June, which is in the next 5 days, you get double pay on them on any loans they close in June and July. So even if you got started today and you introduce someone tomorrow to become an agent, you would get paid double on them June and July, any loans they fund. That's an incentive we have right now for recruiting in June. Pretty darn cool, right? But regardless of what we say, there's three types of people. First type doesn't have interest. You're probably gone already, but thank you for watching if that's you and you're just not interested. Second type is possibly interested. Hey, there's something here. Third type's, man, wow, you could have stopped before even the Youngevity perks. I was like, my goodness, businesses need this. I know business owners, or if I don't, I'll figure out how to market this to business owners because I know funds is like oxygen to them and they can't get it from their bank. And I know I can get paid significantly just for referring them. Let's roll. Well, for the 2 and 3, and possibly interested, I say start. It's free to start, and if you decide you don't like it, you stop. But I say give it enough time to learn, go through the learning curve, and build. So let's go through the 4 steps of starting real quick. Take about another 7 or 8 minutes for those who've decided they're interested and they want to get started, or they're somewhat interested and they'll get started anyway because there's no investment. 4 steps of starting right. Number 1, join now. What you're going to do is you're going to go to davidallencapital.com/partner/the ID of the person who referred you. Now, if you don't have that, just text them, email them, and say, hey, send me your link. And they'll send you this link here, but their ID will be at the end. All right? Or you can go to the Partner With Us link at the bottom of our website and enter their ID. But for simplicity, they're going to send you the link. Just let them know. Now, why do you want to join now? Number 1, once you join, you're going to get a welcome letter from us. It's going to have your own agent ID that you're going to use. That's how we give you credit for any loans. You're also going to get your Get Started training videos. I say watch those. If you watch those and go, I don't want to do that, then guess what? You can back out, right? There's no commitment. But you may watch and go, this is as easy as he presented on the presentation. And you can proceed. Okay, so step 1 was join now. Step 2, get positioned to maximize your pay. Remember, your first full month, you get 3 times bonus volume, right? And your personal production determines your income. So in the month of June and July, let's produce a lot of numbers. So August, you're making 4 times bonus volume instead of 3. All right? And again, your personal production determines your enroller income from 50% to 125. So get out there and produce as many loans as you can so you get paid on more levels and get paid a higher amount. And don't forget, any agents you introduce in June, you get paid double on in June and July. So this is an incentive we started June 1st. It's coming to an end, but you're coming in at the back end of this. Hey, why not get started and refer as many agents as you can by June 30th. You get paid double on anything they do in July. So you make a minimum of 100% bonus volume. That's pretty darn cool. All right, step 3, launch your business. What do we mean? If you opened a restaurant, you would launch it. You would tell everyone you know about your new restaurant. You'd have a grand opening. So it's like a grand opening. So you inform everyone in your contact list of your new role. You text, email, you social, which is Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. You call them on the phone. Whatever you can, you let them know, hey, I'm now a small business loan agent. Not because they want a loan, but they know people. When the word gets out, they talk to business owners who are struggling or who have ideas and they're thinking about getting money. They'll call you. There's not many loan brokers in North America. And when word gets out that this is what you do, you'll start getting leads that way from friends and family. So inform everyone you know. Sort your warm market. It means go through the business owners you do know to see if they're interested in capital. Again, just reach out. Let them know I'm a small business loan agent. Just want you to know if you ever have an opportunity you want to pursue, if you're ever in a tight pinch, I just want you to know we have lenders who want to lend to business owners. It's simple. It's fast. $10,000 to $500,000. No collateral, no app fee. You want to take a look at it? Here's my card. Let me know if you ever want to move forward. That's sorting your warm market. And also talk to your warm market, people you know, to find out who may want to be an agent. A lot of the people you know may excel at this, and you can benefit by helping them benefit. All right? And then canvas as a customer. All that means is whenever you're shopping, whenever you're out spending money, as I mentioned in the presentation, leave these drop cards. You can order the drop cards. And this is in the email you'll get, the welcome email. But my D.A.C. tools is where you can order your business cards and drop cards for referring businesses and getting clients. And the 4th step is get trained. It's foolish to get involved and not follow our training steps, so follow the proven steps. They are proven. There's a basic training that will come in your welcome letter and a comp plan training. Watch them both. It's very basic, and you'll see it gives you everything you need to pursue successfully. You also have an agent resource center. that you'll learn about in your welcome email. You can log there. There's marketing brochures, there's training videos, there's preferred industry lists, everything you need to know. Recordings from all our old archive calls are in there, etc. And of course, join the weekly calls, so stay plugged in. Even if you can't be there live on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, at least listen to the recording each week. And then if we have any local, regional, or national trainings, attend them. Get to any local event you can. If it's in the region, you can get there, get there. As your business grows, you'll want to even go to the national events. All right, maybe when you first start, you don't need to, but we encourage you. That's really where you see the lifeblood and really take the next steps with our business. All right, that's pretty much it. It's very simple, but when you get started, know that you want to do a private game plan with your local leader. That is key. So whoever the local leader is in your team, or someone producing in your team, do a private game plan with them. They'll cover with you your goals. They'll help you accomplish your goals. You say what you want to do. It's almost like a personal trainer helping you get in the best shape of your life physically. It helps to have a personal trainer. That's what the private game plan with the local leaders. They'll help you on a daily basis, weekly basis to accomplish that, or the time you want. If it's only a couple times a week, whatever you want, they're going to support you to accomplish your goals. So again, 4 steps. Join now, get positioned to maximize your pay, launch your business, and attend the trainings. With that, I just thank you for watching. I say welcome aboard. And again, just get with the person who referred you out. They'll give you the link to get started. You can get started tonight and get earning tomorrow and referring others. So I thank you. We're going to go to questions now, see if you have any questions you want answered. I'll be happy to check the questions and go from there. But otherwise, you're welcome to leave at this time. Thank you again for attending this evening's webinar.